Hello everyone, and welcome back once again to Gary's Mod. And you can't hear the music that's playing now because it's copyright, I know for a fact, because this exact song has given me trouble before. But today, the map we're going to be trying out is GM Apartment. A story-based, sort of horror-focused map that you guys have been suggesting to me for literally like 2 years now, and in fact, I did actually record it 2 years ago when you started suggesting it. Now, I don't remember a thing about it. In fact, I probably couldn't have told you a thing about it the day after I played it, because the reason you never saw that video is because I was just so out of it, my head was not in the game, and my commentary sucked, I wasn't understanding anything. I don't know, I think I was just new to YouTube at the time, and I was still figuring things out, and I wasn't used to working this much. And so, that whole period is just a blur. Yeah, but I guess we'll get to see a better version of this then, since we have waited this long. This map plays a little differently from most maps, so please take a few minutes to read these monitors and familiarize yourself with the new features we've added for this map. Now, I believe these are inspired by the apartments from Silent Hill 2. In fact, there may even be some, like, textures and assets ripped. Lighter. Your lighter is the only light source you have with you. Press mouse 1 to draw and holster the lighter. I may need to disable customizable flashlight for this. Candles. Your lighter is a fairly weak source of light. If you find any candles, you can light them by taking out your lighter, looking at the candle, and pressing mouse 2. You can extinguish them by pressing your use key on a lit candle. And press your use key on a door to open it. Every door is openable even if it doesn't have a handle. Okay, well thank you for that. That's certainly something I've struggled with on other maps. Hang on, I'm gonna go disable some of my other mods. Okay, here's our lighter. We can light it with that. And that should be good. Oh, that's cool. So it's going to be on us to wade into the dark and light the space around us. Oh, look, it's even got like a custom, like, Silent Hill-esque load screen. You can pick up important items by looking at them and pressing the use key. Picked up items are stored in your inventory for later use. This is... I've played a lot of, like, sort of adventure-y horror maps, but this one actually feels like really polished, like it's actually supposed to be this way, and not just like working within existing Gary's Mod mechanics. Holding down Q will open your inventory screen. You can browse what items you have and use them on various objects to solve puzzles. Oh wow, I mean, the workshop page says that it's inspired by like survival horror games, but it's actually doing like the Silent Hill Resident Evil thing. This is clearly like a love letter to that whole era of gaming. I can't wait to see what this is like. Now we can actually see it says room 104 on that key. Use the key you found in this room to unlock this door. Alright. Oh hey, it's Derpy. Item usage 2. Doors aren't the only things you can use items with. Find the crank and use it on the generator to open the electronically locked door. Oh, this is far more involved than I thought. There we go. Over to here, this is just all so nice looking and feeling. Good job. Go through the store to play the actual map. Remember to check what items you have in your inventory if you get stuck. Oh wow, look at this. Oh, you weren't kidding. This lighter hardly does anything unless we're in like a confined space. Hang on, I'm gonna put the... Oh no, I'm stuck. I'm stuck. Oh no! Alright, let's try and push this out. All this awe, and it took me literally moments to break the map and get stuck. And yeah, look at this. This is so darkly beautiful to look at. In the same way that Urbex is, really. I wonder who we are and why we're coming here in the first place. Look at the way the light falls from those windows down the center stack of the stairwell. and I don't know why, but I get a general feeling of hostility from this place. Oh, we can actually go straight forward right away. Look at this. Oh, this is so pretty to look at. Wait, you heard that, right? It sounded like somebody knocking on one of these doors. This one's entirely bricked, room 103. Second stair. And room 104, the key that we had in the tutorial. Do we have it now? We do not. Ah, this is so dreamlike. It's like, I know I have to be here and that I'm looking for something, but I don't know for what. Yet it feels right off the bat like I have some kind of connection to this place. Well, let's start with room 101. But you know how this goes. The thing in room 101 is the worst thing in the world. Huh. Just a single bucket in the corner. And a generator over here, which we can scooch on by. Oh, I don't like moving into the dark like this, but it doesn't seem like there's anything over here. Alright, well I guess we'll just try a different room then. Next up, 102. Oh. The dwelling of an artist, I suppose, but why is all of this still just left here, even in its abandoned state? I have a feeling that since this is clearly inspired by Silent Hill 2, all of this is meant to tell me something. Oh, there's a rose lying on the table behind the TV. Oh, that actually spooked me. Oh, it's a pony, but in that one painting whose name I know, but I'm drawing a blank on at the moment. You get the idea. But there are bars on some of the doors. I hear a sound. I hear a sound. My insides hurt. It's in my skull. Wait, do you hear that? Every once in a while, it's like, it's almost on the wind, but I just hear like a second of like some melancholy song being played on a violin. But it's always so faint and so fleeting that I can't even be sure I've heard it. Alright, well, we'll take that light bulb. Presumably, maybe we can use that with the lamp in 101. We should also probably be keeping a lookout to see if anything's changed as we go between spaces. Now let's go over here and try this now, although it very much looks like there's already a bulb in there. Oh, but it's blue. Oh, I see. It's a UV light. Love me. Maybe the image in the artist's room is someone that was special to us? Alright, room 103 then. Maybe, probably not. Alright, 104 it is. Locked. We need to find a key. Can we enter the second stairwell? No. Let's try ascending this stairwell then and see what we can see. I like to use natural light whenever possible. This map just looks so pretty. And you know, it's definitely doing the Silent Hill 2 thing where, like, it's eerie to walk around here, but there's also a sort of, like, beauty to it. It almost feels nostalgic in a way, and I don't even know what the story is. 202. There's like a rattling sound coming from the vents over here in particular. Well, let's start from 201. Cages, and that one over there contains something. That looks to be human bones. Whose apartment is this? Oh no. I feel like I shouldn't be here. Maybe it doesn't even have to be relevant to us. I mean, the concept of an apartment is so creepy to me on its face. I mean, a place where all manner of different people all live so close to each other, just parallel to each other, yet probably hardly ever interact. This candle lights with a blue flame. And this skull has what looks like another rose embedded in its eye. Oddly enough, this window shows darkness outside, but it doesn't appear to be boarded. Well, there's a key here. Oh wow, it's like the walls themselves. Oh, never mind. I was gonna say, are the walls painted black? Alright, let's get out of here. I don't like this one bit. Let's have a look at our inventory now and see what that key is actually for. Key to room 104. Okay, I'll take your word for the order we're taking these things in, and not go ahead and explore ahead. Let's try it. Oh. Are you the one asking me to love you? Is that the problem? I didn't love you? A gun. And this whole place, look, it's in disarray. This door doesn't open. This kitchen is barricaded. And you leave behind a key. And you disappear with the flicker of the candle. Oh, it's like you just, like, shot up the walls before hanging yourself. Screaming into the void in frustration. Alright, what was that key? Second stairwell? Okay. And this place has 3 floors. Presumably we can't access the 3rd floor yet. Oh. But this doesn't give us access to anything we didn't have before, really. Alright, let's start with 202 then. Remember them. Last to first, to die to die. Okay, so I'm not sure who that is. That's Edgar Allan Poe. That's Vincent van Gogh, and I believe this is Erwin Rommel. And it's mirrored, so that makes this even more confusing. Oh, rearrange them, not remember them. Okay. So it's actually going to be first to last, presumably? I mean, I'm going by the arrow there. Let's light these for ease of use. Alright, I'm going to guess 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, and I may have to reverse this, but 1, 2, 3, and 4. There we go. And what does that grant us? Oh, this room is so weird. But, like, stylistically, I just love this whole thing. Found in room 202. I can unlock a door by using this key. The way the puzzles are being done so far, it seems like, you know, it's not that it's difficult, and it's not trying to be difficult. I feel like I'm being led along, like a teacher trying to lead a child to a conclusion. Wait, what's around this corner? That was 201. Wait, is there a message on the wall? Well, aren't I glad that I kind of walked right into that one, didn't I? 203, nothing. And 204, we've not yet been in. Yeah, Darwin, I know the feeling. Sometimes I just want to veg out in front of the TV, too. But you should broaden your horizons. I mean, this is right here. The Static Show kind of fell off after the 3rd season, in my opinion. Well, we can take those bolt cutters. What kind of meds are these? Oh, wait. David Leatherhoff. Wasn't that the protagonist of Afraid of Monsters? Hello? Oh, going to investigate the scary thing is so much worse when all you have is a lighter and you can't see anything until you're 2 feet away. Yeah, I didn't think so. Yeah, I'm hearing all sorts of other noises. And there's yet another rose on the ground here. And for all I know, that's not a rose, it's a red flower, so that's what I'm saying. Well, anyway, now I have the key to room 203 and a pair of pliers. So, let's go. We've got a bookworm here, do we? Some really nice wallpapering and wainscoting. And a single study lamp on over in the corner. Metal over the windows, turning this place into a bat cave. This is my spot. Huh. Kind of funny about my reference earlier now, isn't it? What else have you got? Complete works of Shakespeare. But maybe we're supposed to interact with this typewriter, yes. And as I stand here... No. Yeah, there, it comes and goes. Just that faint classical music for only a moment at a time as I stand here. It says either 101 or LOL. I'm not sure which, but one seems more likely than the other at this stage. What are you... I don't understand what you want. LOL? I can actually type. What's... Huh. Oh, I see. You're referring to room 101. So what you want me to say is love me. Oh, that was so... creepy, but cool. You made me say it. You just had me put it in writing. What is this key to? 304. We can move upstairs now. Has some obstruction just been cleared, or is that meant to tell me that something has entered with me? Oh, Look at the way some of these windows are like boarded or only partially boarded while others allow the daylight outside to pour through. Always really interesting when horror can be pulled off, for a given value of horror, during the daylight. Well, for the first time, let's have a look at the 3rd floor. And this place is actually sealed off. I wonder, should we maybe try and access the other side just once? Yeah. Look at that bare wall with the door embedded in it. It almost gives the impression that this wasn't here before. Alright, I'm gonna try the other side just briefly. So if we had come up here previously, we would have been blocked by that. We cannot enter room 301. I couldn't tell if that was a metal dragging sound or someone faintly humming a tone in another room. But we can't interact with this. Oh well, back down and up. This place is like chutes and ladders. Well, we have the key to 304, so let's start with this. Somebody was doing chemistry, from the look of it, trying to make a love potion. There's a lock on this chest. Computers, but I don't see anything of use, anything I can interact with. Oh, maybe we can use the pliers on this? Yeah, pretty handy for forcing containers open. Or, you know, fixing stuff. There we are. And we obtain... Sorry, I'm just pausing to wait for any potential scripted events. Oh, look, all these petals on the floor. We obtain the key to room 301. Well, chutes and ladders again. Alright, room 301. Never mind, I'm starting to think room 301 is the worst thing in the world. Hello? You've set the place up with moody lighting for our date, I see. Light it up. I don't even know what to say. I mean, there are certain things that just land as they're meant to, and sometimes I just don't want to crack jokes and ruin the mood that it's going for. This whole thing feels like a massive guilt trip, to say the least, and we just got the roof key. Presumably that's the door on the other side of this fence at the end of the hall. Well, chutes and ladders, here we go. I knew this would be it. We can actually walk out onto daylight for the first time. Looking at a blue sky, not the nuclear white that's been filtering through the windows. Oh. Three graves, all side by side. Roses in front of two, and one still open. But there's nothing to read, just up here. And you want us to join them. Listen, we can even hear the birds chirping. It's like this is meant to be our reward. Maybe something happened here and we did die, and it wants us to move on? Oh, there's more. Look, it's all like dissolving into like a cartoon style. Maybe a callback to the artist in that other room. But it's trailing off into darkness, making it seem like the floor falls away and that we'll do the same, but maybe it's a leap of faith? Yes. It's taking us for all these corners, but I need to see where this will lead us. It's blowing my mind that I've played this before and I just don't remember a single thing, but, well, I'm so glad that I'm playing it and getting it now. Ooh, instead of going with whatever horrible version of this I would have put out 2 years ago. It's like we moved from a cartoon fantasy world into a dark dungeon. All these chains and machines grinding away behind the walls. And a big old burning pile of gore over there. Not really sure what that means. Oh. You want us to jump down this pit, don't you? The way it's 3 pits, 2 of them barred, it almost like is a copy of the image of the graves. The bloodstain doesn't reassure. Silence. It's funny. It's funny. Seconds before I hit the bottom, my mind would not stop screaming in terror. Now that impossibly loud terror has been replaced with a maddening silence. My legs may have broken, corpse an unrecognizable lump of flesh and bone, but it's irrelevant now. With a loud snap, possibly a crunch thrown in, everything I've become conscious of is gone. I have never been as happy as I am right now. There are 2 others on my left and right. I can see their stories. My senses, once complicated and overrated, have been reduced to a beautiful simplicity. All that remains are words. To my right lies a woman, once an indescribable beauty. Hear her tale and learn. Snow quietly piles up outside. A small woman gazes at the flakes in silent awe from her balcony. The peace seems as if it will go on forever. Suddenly, from behind her, a man yells. She knows the man. Normally a timid, reserved person, but now viciously pointing at her and yelling. The woman does not understand. This is her last mistake. With a gentleness reserved for animals, she slowly approaches the man. The woman has handled many situations like this one. The man shivers with something approaching joy as he tears her arm off. The woman had never before dealt with an animal who truly wanted to kill her. Worlds blurred as the woman fell to the floor, a pool of memories leaking from her cracked skull. Knowledge and thought were leaving the woman. Finally, one last thought drips from her mind. Regret. As the man hurries away from the heap of flesh on the floor, all he feels is regret. The woman remains on the floor for hours until finally 2 men approach. They know what has happened. They know what to do. The men bury her where the flowers will be able to grow. No funeral, no crying, just silent acknowledgement and acceptance. It's a little sad, I suppose. As an animal lover, she should have known better. I'm not really one to judge, though, I suppose. Moving on. On my left lies a small child. He lived a happy, although short life. Hear his tale and learn. The small boy lived on a farm close to the apartment. He walks confidently down the road, head held high with pride and joy. Today the boy was an adult, he thought. He had been asked to walk down to town and get food. Surely this meant he was a grown-up now. The sky above him was smiling, perfectly blue, no clouds to obscure the sun's generous light. Nature was alive that day, to be sure. Birds, rabbits, deer, even the flowers and trees seemed lively. The boy passed a lake, sunlight reflecting off the water, creating a wave of brilliant sparkles. The boy stopped by the lakeside and stared at the water for hours. As the boy gets up, something appears out of the corner of his eye. He found a packet of red powder. Foolishly, the boy slowly approaches the bag. Curiosity over caution. The boy's world turns red, head overflowing with the vicious sound of bells. The sound is in his head. One word stays at the front of his mind. Pain. Vision fades. The boy realizes that something is wrong. Now on the ground, clutching at small blades of grass, he calls out for help. The flowers take his mouth next. Now helpless, the boy desperately listens for anyone who heard his call. The flowers take his ears and his nose just for good measure. 2 men approach. The sight they behold is a common one to them, child or not. Knowingly, they take the child in their arms and bury him, where the flowers will be able to grow. No funeral. A last word comes to the boy's head. Helpless. Pretty depressing, huh? The ones left and right of me have long since stopped bothering to cry, which is good because I can't think when people next to me cry. Annoying. Me? Well, I jumped off of a building that I thought was a hole in the floor. Never was one for angst-filled stories. The flowers let me keep that little personality quirk. In return, I let them grow from my husk. The rest of my days are going to be peaceful at least. No worries, no annoyances. Just the simplest possible sensations. Gets a bit boring. Sometimes we tell jokes to each other. The kid had a good one. Want to hear it? How do you know when it's raining cats and dogs? When you step in a poodle. I thought that one was funny. But the girl just rolled her eyes in disapproval. At least, I think she did. Kinda hard to roll your eyes when they're non-existent, but you get the idea. As long as these 2 stay at my side, I should be happy. I can always read some other people's stories on rainy nights. And trust me, there are plenty of stories. Thanks for playing. Oh, wow. See, I didn't really get the impressions of that last narration from the game itself, but I guess at the same time I sort of did. Treating us as neighbors, both physically and in some sort of afterlife. People who we have no other connection to except our proximity. But that proximity is all we need to get to know each other. Oh, that's cool. They're treating life and the afterlife almost as one and the same experience here. I guess there's sort of a sense here with all of these stories of incomplete lives and unfulfilled potential. There's a real, unfairness to all of them. But none of them seem to really mind all that much. I can only really just vaguely interpret this, but I don't know, I really found this to be such a beautiful map, and definitely a loving homage to the games that inspired it, particularly Silent Hill 2. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this, and if you like this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more creepy and comfy content. If you have any ideas for other videos you think I should do, the best place to suggest that will be at the Discord, which I will link in the description. If you want to try this map out for yourself, that link will also be in the description. If you want to support me on Patreon, that link will be in the description. And as always, I will see you in the next one.